So students, we will continue with our chapter tissues. So today we will study second type of plant tissue, that is permanent tissue. Earlier we have studied meristematic tissue. The meristematic cells are small, spherical or polygonal in structure. These are made up of cellulose. These are thin and elastic. Intercellular spaces are also absent, or the cells are compactly arranged. But in permanent tissue, the plant tissues where the cells have lost the ability to divide and have assumed a permanent shape, size and function. So basically जो permanent tissues are having the cells which are derived from the meristematic cells. When the meristematic cells have lost their power of division, it led to permanent cells or permanent tissue. So the process of taking up a definite shape, size, structure and function is called differentiation. So the permanent tissue, the cells differentiate into different types of permanent tissue. Now again permanent tissues have attained a definite shape and size. After that, which do not alter, then permanent cells have specific functions. It can be thin or thick. Thickening may be regular or irregular. Then permanent cells normally do not divide. They may be living or dead. Now we can again differentiate into two main types. First is simple permanent tissue. Second is complex permanent tissue. First type is simple permanent tissue. The tissues in which the permanent cells are similar in structure, origin and function. That is, these are made up of only one type of cells. We call them as simple permanent tissues. As from the name it is very much clear. Then these are also of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. First is parenchyma. It consists of loosely packed thin walled cells having more intercellular spaces. Now first parenchyma, this is a very simple tissue of thin walled relatively specialized cells. All are basically equal, oval in structure or spherical or polygonal, and which forms the basic packing tissue of the plant body. It is most abundant tissue of the plants. Now some parenchyma cells in leaves, they contain chloroplast and prepares food by photosynthesis. Then it is called chlorenchyma. If the cells are filled with chloroplast or chlorophyll, we called it as chlorenchyma. When the cells have large air cavities which help the plant to float on the water, basically in hydrophytic plants or aquatic plants, their cavities are filled with air to provide the buoyancy to the plant. Then in that case we called it as parenchyma due to the presence of air in the cells. Now certain parenchyma cells store waste products like tannins, resins, gums, etc. In that case these are simply for the storage or helps in the function of storing these substances for the plants. See the structure of parenchyma tissue. In that all the cells are oval, spherical or polygonal in outline or structure. The cell wall is also thin, made up of cellulose, and see in the center there is a large vacuole is also present, and the cytoplasm lies periphery or towards periphery containing the nucleus. Basically all the cells are loosely packed with small and large intercellular spaces occurring in between the cells. The both transverse section and longitudinal section is shown to you. The second type is collenchyma. Second type of permanent tissue is collenchyma. It consists of elongated cells having less intercellular spaces, and these are thickened at the corners. You can see in the diagram or the image given, see the thickening is very much seen. They give flexibility and allows easy bending of different parts like stem, leaf, etc. This type of tissue also give mechanical support to the plant. Collenchyma basically occurs in leaf stalks, leaf midribs. It is absent in the monocots. Now, so we can say that collenchyma is a living mechanical tissue which provides both mechanical strength as well as flexibility. Because of the collenchyma, plant organs can bend without breaking. Collenchyma allows growth and elongation of organs, and it is being a living tissue, collenchyma also stores food. Collenchyma cells may contain chloroplasts and may also take part in the photosynthesis. So we can say that it is a tissue, living mechanical tissue, providing both mechanical strength and flexibility. Third type of permanent tissue is sclerenchyma. Now it consists of long, narrow, dead, thick-walled cells. Now this type of tissue is dead. Others both are living in nature. Their cell walls contain lignin, a chemical substance which acts like cement and hardens them. So it helps in or gives strength and hardness to the plant parts. Then sclerenchyma, basically the chief mechanical tissue of plants which provides them strength and enables them to bear various stresses. It also forms a protective covering around the seeds and nuts. You see now, around seeds and nuts hard protective covering is there, so it is made up of sclerenchymatous tissue. Then the jute, cotton, they are having fibers around them. These fibers are also made up of sclerenchyma. We call them as sclerenchyma fibers.
Simple permanent tissue is called simple tissue because it is composed of similar types of cells that have a common origin and function. Based on the function, they are further classified into parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. The parenchyma tissues are oval-shaped cells with thin cell walls and have extensive spaces between the cells. They aid in photosynthesis, storage, and also help aquatic plants to float. They are composed of living cells found in roots, stems, leaves, and flowers. The collenchyma tissues are composed of living, elongated cells. They provide elasticity, mechanical support, and tensile strength to the plant body. They are found mainly in the cortex of stems and leaves. The sclerenchyma tissues are dead cells having extremely thick cell walls containing lignin. They protect the plants. This tissue is present in stems, leaves, and in the hard covering of seeds and nuts.